A former South African President Nelson Mandela remains in hospital on Tuesday in recovery from surgery he underwent at the weekend. It's now 10 days since Mr. Mandela was admitted for treatment. CCTV's Guy Henderson reports from Johannesburg and says that there are signs that he remains in frail condition.
Now, the last time we had any official update on Mr. Mandela's health was at the beginning of the ANC's elective conference. In his opening speech, President Jacob Zuma had said that Mr. Mandela was still in hospital, but that he was continuing to receive excellent care. And remember that the presidency on this very sensitive issue does tend to have a monopoly on information. Mr. Mandela was, of course, initially admitted to hospital on Saturday, the 8th of December. So that means he's been in hospital for 10 days now exactly. Initially, he underwent tests. It was found that he was suffering from a chest infection, a recurrence of a chest infection he'd suffered in 2011. He underwent treatment for that. A week after that, it was then revealed that he'd undergone surgery to remove gallstones, which for a 94-year-old, of course, does carry risks. It is quite a serious procedure. Now, we are told that he is continuing to make a recovery from that procedure, but it's just a small sign, perhaps, of how frail he remains. This weekend, his grandson, back in his rural home in Kunu, underwent a ceremony which is seen in Xhosa culture as one of the most important of a young man's life. That's a circumcision ceremony that Mr. Mandela himself dedicates several pages to in his autobiography. Traditionally, family and friends would attend it. It really is an important ceremony. Now, Mr. Mandela hasn't been able to attend it. Remember, on leaving public life a few years ago, he had publicly lamented on just how much he'd suffered not being able to see his family for those 27 years he spent in prison. And even before that prison sentence, much of his time with the African National Congress spent underground, not really in contact with his family. And he'd said that when he retired from public life, that family would then become the #1 priority. So I think the very fact that he's not able to attend this ceremony is a sign that while he might be making a recovery, as we're told, he is obviously too frail to be able to leave his hospital bed. Guy Henderson, CCTV, Johannesburg.